Hello and welcome to IELTS and ESL Expert TV. My name's Keith Mason and I'm the expert. I taught in China for 10 years, IELTS and ESL, and also I was an examiner. So I know it from both sides of the table. So I hope you're going to come along regularly and learn for these free lessons, and see you very, very, very soon in the next video. Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of IELTS and ESL Expert TV. And yes, I'm your expert, Keith Mason. Okay, so in the part one, we have looked at television. But we're moving on now to the sort of part two vocabulary that you might need. So we're going to look at TV shows, television from a part two point of view. Okay, a little bit more advanced than the vocabulary that we used in part one. So if you haven't seen the part one, check out one of my previous videos and you'll be able to catch up with that, and then you can catch up with this one and move on. So TV shows, we're looking at essential vocabulary. So cartoons, cartoon programs. So these are categories of TV show. So you might be asked about what is your favorite TV show? Tell me about it. Okay, so the question you might have to think about which genre. You remember the word genre that we've used before? Which genre, which type? It's a French word. That's why it doesn't sound like an English word. It sounds a little French. Genre. Which genre of program that you like? So it might be cartoons. So cartoon programs, cartoon series, could be a series of cartoons that you might enjoy watching. It might be children's TV. But generally, children's TV is going to be for kids under the age of maybe 6, 5, 6, that sort of thing. You would think about as being children's TV. So those are some shows that you might have watched in the past. And the question might be something around, how has your viewing changed over the years? So you might say, well, before I used to watch cartoons or children's TV, but now, and then you go on. So another type of television that you might like, and one that I would recommend, it's a good one to talk about, is documentaries. Documentaries. So you might like to watch documentaries. The good thing about documentaries is that they're very interesting, aren't they? So they can enlighten you, give you more knowledge. So that's one of the great things with documentaries. When you watch it, you're learning something. I would always recommend IELTS learners to watch documentaries because you can learn a lot of vocabulary, a lot of expressions by watching documentaries on different things. So it could be a documentary on travel and tourism. So some are about travel and tourism, going around the world, looking at different countries. It could be a documentary on science and technology. Science and technology. It could be a nature or wildlife program. Those are very, very popular in the UK. Wildlife programs. You can find many. There's a very famous man called David Attenborough. You might want to look that up if you don't know him. And he's done some amazing documentaries on wildlife. And some of the wildlife photography is out of this world. Out of this world. It is so, so good. Incredible. Incredibly good. Out of this world. Okay? They may be human interest documentaries. So this might be about individuals, people, maybe people with problems or very famous people. So human interest documentaries. So another type, another genre of TV programs would be dramas. I know these type are very popular all over the world. I think every country has its own TV dramas. In England, police dramas are very popular. There's many TV programs about the police and the antics. Antics, that means what they do. The antics of the police in the UK. Things that people do. We might say people get up to. Things that people get up to. This is a phrasal verb. To get up to something. To do something. Okay, so police dramas would be one. Historical dramas. I put down here because I lived in China for a while. I saw a lot of historical dramas. A lot of the dramas on TV in China were historical dramas. So what that means is that they were set in a period of time. Set in a period of time in the past. So historical dramas. So they're very, very common. There's one called the Three Kingdoms, or based on the Three Kingdoms period, which is so popular, or it used to be. Maybe it's not anymore. Another one is game shows. These are very, very popular in the UK. Game shows where there'll be lots of prizes for the contestants. People can win all sorts of things, from holidays and to even houses or lots of money. Game shows have become very popular in the UK. Maybe they're popular in your country. And talent shows are extremely popular. So you might think of Britain's Got Talent or The X Factor. There's a current program called The Voice, where people even from around the world are competing to win The Voice. So this is a talent show. Many years ago, there were talent shows that were perhaps a bit broader, not just singing or dancing. They had all sorts of different acts. So an act is maybe a singer, a dancer, a magician. That is an act. We call them acts. So they had many different acts on the show. Talent shows. There are some made for TV movies. So these are like maybe short movies, a mini series that doesn't become a film, doesn't become a movie on the main screen, goes straight to TV, or it's made for TV. So it was maybe longer than just a normal drama or a normal TV program, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours long, like a movie, but it was just a movie that's made for TV. Okay, so music video shows, musical video shows, music videos like MTV. I'm sure there's so many more music video shows. So these are shows which will showcase a different genre. Again, we're using that word, very useful word, genre of music. So some of them might have maybe rap music, some might have popular music, pop music, some might have classical music. So generally the whole program will show the same type of music, but yeah. So maybe you have seen MTV, maybe you have MTV and that's one that you watch. So music video shows. Another type is reality TV shows. So these again have become more and more popular. In fact, it's hard to watch TV in the UK and not see a whole list of reality TV shows. From there's one called Love Island. I'd never watch it. It's about young couples all dating on an island, on a beautiful sand and beautiful island. So that's one very popular one. There was one called Big Brother. which used to just show people in a house and literally just watched what they did all day. For some people, they loved it, couldn't stop watching it, but I never watched it. It's of no interest to me. But some reality TV shows are very good. So you may have your own favorite in your country of reality TV shows, and that may be something that you can talk about and tell the examiner what happens in that show. There's quite a few matchmaking, dating TV shows. Still now in the UK we have several. So where men and women are introduced to each other and go away maybe for a date and then come back and talk about it. That's been going on for quite a few years in the UK. So comedy shows, lots of comedy. I love comedy. That's probably the only thing that I watch, or most of the time, that's what I will watch. Comedy shows, you might have sitcoms, situation comedies. So that's a comedy inside a situation, maybe two people in a flat or some people in a bar or in a pub. That would be a situation comedy, a sitcom for short. Soap operas, these are stories that just go on and on. So they're drama series that go on and on and on and never stop. So that's a soap opera. I have lots of sports programs, sometimes just talking about sport, sometimes watching sport. Another one is talk shows or chat shows. So this is where the host will talk to a very famous person, find out all about their life. Some people love that sort of show. Not for me, but some people love it. So chat shows. Variety shows. I would say years ago we used to have a lot of variety shows. We used to have one called the Royal Variety Performance. But a variety show is sort of a family entertainment show where someone maybe be riding a unicycle, a bike with just one wheel, or someone doing some somersaults, turning over and over, or a trapeze where someone swings, or a magician, or a singer, or a comedian will come on. So a variety of different things. And then we have finally news shows. So it may be a special news program. So there could be just the news, or there may be some topics, very important topics. At the moment, we have the COVID-19 outbreak. And so that has been a topic where there's been lots of special news programs. But there's also current affairs programs, which are news programs where they discuss current affairs. Maybe they interview people, maybe they have a panel, several people who will discuss those problems. So current affairs programs, or news analysis programs where they're analyzing the news. They're looking at the news, maybe they're looking at the newspapers and talking about those and analyzing the news. Okay, so there's a whole range of TV shows that you can talk about. Try and decide the ones that you like and practice talking about those, so that if TV comes up, you can talk about your favorite shows. Talk with your family or your friends, or just talk and record and listen and check and see how you get on. So remember that you need to cover all of the subjects or all of the different subtopics that the examiner gives you on the card in the exam. Make sure you cover all of them. But once you've covered them, you can carry on talking about the bit that you like. And that's probably the best thing, because you'll enjoy it and you'll be more relaxed and more confident if you're talking about something you like. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it has helped you, and I hope it's going to help you do really well in your exam. I will see you next time with a new topic, and so we can talk about some good vocabulary and help you to get a high score. See you next time. Bye-bye.